Okay, so this is our third session in the basic course, and I am Nermeen Ibrahim for those who are attending for the first time. Now, we will complete sharing very interesting facts about digital SAT. Last time, as we said, you guys took a placement test. But this time, we're gonna, handle some real topics or question types from the fourth domain. Let me remind you with some interesting facts, as I said. Now, we have the English section, and the English section has two modules, two parts. And each module has to be answered in 32 minutes, and each module will have 27 questions, as you can see. 27 questions in each module. 27 questions in each module. I'm going to ask you about the pieces of information I'm now showing you. So please take notes. Okay, so again, the English section has two modules. Each module has 27 questions, and each module should be answered within 32 minutes. 32 minutes. So 27 plus 27, this will give you 54 questions for both modules. And 32 plus 32, this will give you 64 minutes as the total estimated time for you to answer the English section. Okay? Okay. Now, last time we learned the names of the domains. The domains are, like the classifications of the types of questions. Like all these 54 questions are divided or are classified according to 4 domains, okay? Actually, last time we handled and we, addressed several question types from domain 1, okay? Now we're gonna go for domain 4. And domain 4, let me remind you, because Yusuf, your friend, asked me to remind you with domains 3 and 4 in particular. Let me handle domain 4 first. Domain 4 has two main topics, okay? Topic number 1 is called the form, structure, and sense. And actually, this part has many subcategories: form, structure, and sense. And the other one, boundaries, which, boundaries as a title has to do with punctuation and clauses and so on. We're not gonna deal with punctuation today. We're gonna deal with form, structure, and sense. Let me show you. Form, structure, and sense has, you see, 4 subcategories: plural and possessives, pronoun antecedent agreement, subject modifier placement, and verb forms. That has the verb forms. This topic has finite and non-finite, subject verb agreement, and verb tenses. Don't be intimidated by the amount of information I'm telling you now. These are only titles. Once we start handling each title, each lesson, everything is gonna be obvious. Okay, so once again, I'm gonna ask you about the information, the pieces of information I've just said. Let me pick one of you, okay? One of you. Okay, Aline. Lean, can you please unmute your mic?
Yes, miss.
Yes, dear. Do you remember how many modules are there in the English section?
There's 2 modules.
2 modules, amazing. Do you remember how many questions are found in each module?
There's 27 questions.
27 modules, oh, 27 questions.
Sorry, I
Thank
got
you.
confused.
No problem at all. Thank you so much. That's amazing. You were raising your hand. Do you have a question?
No, I just wanted to answer.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You did a great job, Dr. Lean. Dr. Lujain Isam. Yes, Lujain.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay, dear. Do you remember, the estimated time for you to answer each module? One module?
For one module, it was 32 minutes.
Amazing. Oh my God, amazing. 32 minutes to answer 27 questions. So the total, Salma Abdelaziz, the total number of questions, how many in the English section?
Yes, the total number of questions.
Yes, in the English section.
We have
27 plus 27 equals to?
54.
Yes, amazing, amazing. Your math is your favorite subject, or math is your favorite subject, Selma, or not?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, Noor. Noor, thank you so much, Selma. Noor, tell me, Noor, how many domains I told you last time?
4 domains.
Amazing, amazing. Really, if you can recall the name of the first domain, I'll be impressed.
Information and ideas.
Wow, oh my God, let me clap my hands for you. Excellent information and ideas. Excellent, Noor. Amazing. That's really, really fascinating. Now, let's go
Thank
for
you.
Yahya. Thank you so much, Noor. The gentleman now. Yahya. Now, domain 4, ya Yahya.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay, Yahya. Domain 4 has to do with, you have to choose. I'm gonna give you 2 choices. Domain 4 is mainly focusing on reading questions or grammar questions.
Grammar.
Amazing. As you can see, plural and possessives, pronoun, antecedent, agreement, subject, modifier, placement, verb forms, and verb forms will have finite and non-finite, subject, verb, agreement, and verb tenses. All of these titles are very familiar for you, because they are related to the grammatical rules you have been studying all over your years of education at school, right?
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much. طيب, what do you think might be the easiest title of these ones?
Finite and non-finite.
Finite and non-finite. Okay, great job. You're still with me?
Yes.
Yeah, some of the 10th graders, I don't think you are a 10th grader, right?
I will be a 10th grade.
You'll be a 10th grader. Okay, yes. Some of the attendees here are not familiar with the terms finite and non-finite, to be honest. Okay, so, knowing these terms is something that you need to be praised for. Thank you so much, Yahya.
Welcome.
Now, let's see what we're gonna study today. Yani, all of what I said now, is just an introduction. I'm just refreshing your minds with the pieces of information that that I must make sure that you know. Now, if you will not, or if you are not able to, keep all these titles in mind, I just want you to focus on verb forms only, okay? And verb forms, okay, have to do with finite and non-finite, subject, verb, agreement, and verb tenses. Okay, so I want you to focus on this topic or these topics in particular. Okay, guys, so what we're gonna study today, the verb forms, finite and non-finite, subject, verb, agreement, verb tenses. Actually, these topics are super related, super related. They might seem easy for some people, but you will, get shocked when you know that many SAT students can be losing many points because of these topics, unfortunately. So please try to learn from now to focus to the maximum, because once you learn something and you write it down and you apply while solving some questions related to these topics, خلاص, it's done. You can deal with any questions whatsoever found on the College Board website, in the question bank, in real questions. You will not have any problem at all. Okay? So let's see. We have, as we said, 4 domains, and we first of all, do you have any questions for the part that I've just explained? Do you have any questions related to the part that I've just explained? Okay, Ahmed Mahmoud, do you have any questions before I start handling finite and non-finite, subject, verb, agreement, and verb forms?
لا teacher, I don't have any.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's see what we have now. Okay, please take notes. Please take notes. Now, the first topic, from the verb forms that we need to handle is finite versus non-finite. But what are finite verbs? Finite verbs are those verbs that change form according to the subject. What does that mean? What does this mean? What is the subject here? She. So the verb is plays. So what is the verb here? They. What is the subject here? They. So I changed the subject. So accordingly, the verb also changed. So when you find that the verb changes according to the subject, this means that this verb is finite. Okay? What else? Finite verbs also show tense. What is the tense of plays and play here? Let me choose someone. Ahmed Tariq. Ahmed Tariq. Hi, Ahmed.
Yes, miss. Hi, miss.
Hi, dear. Do you know the tense that plays and play show?
Present.
Amazing. Oh my God, that's perfect. MashaAllah. That's present. So we have here in these 2 examples, we have 2 points covered. The first one is that these, the verbs change their, endings or their structure because of the change of the subjects. And they both show present tense. Okay, the last condition in order to say that this is a finite verb is that it acts as a main verb. A finite verb or finite verbs act as main verbs. Means what main verbs? So she is a subject. She needs a main verb to tell what she is doing, an action verb. Okay, so she plays. They play. Yes, they both act as main verbs. So these are the 3 conditions upon which you judge a verb to be finite. Is it clear? Clear. طيب, let me ask. I will hide. Okay, I will hide كده. Then I'm gonna ask one of the attendees about the conditions upon which you can judge a verb to be finite. Hala or hala. Hala, right?
I'm Hala, teacher.
Your hala, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes,
No, it's okay.
Miss Sweetie. Tell me one condition of the 3 ones that I mentioned that can decide whether the verb is finite or not.
It acts as a main verb
Amazing. It
in
acts as a
the
main
sentence.
verb. What else? Do you know something else?
I
Okay.
actually have a question. I did not really understand the difference between she plays and they play.
Yeah,
Like,
I changed only the subject. She plays. She is singular subject. So she takes plays, right? She plays. I changed the subject to be they, plural. So to be they, so they will take play, not plays, right? Can I say they plays? Can I say they plays hala?
no,
No, that's it, right? Yeah, did you change the verb according to the subject or not?
no.
You didn't change? Like plays
I mean, sorry, yes, yes.
Yes, definitely. Okay. طيب, thank you so much, Hala. Fairuz, can you tell us one more condition?
They show that there is verb tenses.
Excellent. The finite verb can show a tense, a verb tense. Amazing. Thank you so much. طيب, let me choose one of the gentlemen. Yes, يا عمر السيد.
Yes.
Yes, dear. Do you know the third condition?
It should be a main verb.
Yeah, it should be a main verb. It changes according to the subject, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
I just have a question.
Ask, definitely.
Yeah, about number 2, make tense,
Yes.
show tense, like
Yes, it can show a tense. يعني you can, when you see a verb in the present tense, that's a finite verb. In the past tense, that's a finite verb, as long as it's showing a tense. Is it clear?
yeah, thanks.
Okay, great job. Great job. I'm so proud. Now, the non-finite is the opposite of finite. So the finite verbs do not change form according to the subject, do not show tense, do not act as main verbs. So you see, just put do not and everything else is, negated. Don't change form according to the subject. Yani it's stable. It's stable. With everything, don't show tense, don't act as main verbs. Like what? This is so puzzling. How? Look here. When I say he likes swimming in the pool, he likes swimming in the pool. And we like swimming in the pool. So he likes swimming in the pool. We like swimming in the pool. So, and we liked swimming in the pool. What is the difference? What are the differences? When I said he likes swimming in the pool, I put, what is the main verb here? Is it likes or swimming? So let me take Yusuf Hatem. Yes, Yusuf Hatem. Likes or swimming is the main verb.
Yeah, miss.
Yes, dear. He likes swimming in the pool.
Yeah, likes swimming. Swimming is the main verb.
Swimming is the main verb? Are you sure? Okay, stay with me. Habiba, don't mute your mic, ya Yusuf. Habiba?
Yes, miss.
Yes, dear.
Yes.
Now, your friend Yusuf, okay, says that swimming is the main verb here. What do you think?
I don't think so, because for example, if we removed like or like likes, we can't say he's swimming in the pool, so likes is the main.
Likes is the main verb. Thank you so much. So our friend Yusuf, unmute your mic, please. Likes is the main verb. Main verb, it's essential. I can't remove it. Okay? طيب, likes what? Swimming. Also, I cannot remove it. But the point is that swimming, I didn't change it to be suitable for he.
Yeah.
I didn't change it to be suitable for
It didn't change according to the subject, so it's
I
non-finite.
didn't change it according to the subject. Excellent. So, but like changed with we and
Yeah.
it changed with he, right?
Right.
So likes is finite or non-finite?
Likes changed, so it's finite.
Excellent. Swimming, on the contrary.
Swimming didn't change for both he and we, so it's non-finite.
Excellent. Ya salam. Amazing. Oh my God. That's perfect. That's perfect. And this is how we learn from our mistakes. No problem at all to make mistakes. No problem at all to forget a piece of information, you know, during your journey, learning the rules of SAT. No problem at all. But once you come to know that you made a mistake or you forgot something, you must write it immediately, because you need to remind yourself that this point you made a mistake in. So take care, never do that again. It's a reminder for me in order to overcome all my weaknesses. This is a very important lesson, and we have to be grateful for our mistakes, because when we make a mistake, it's when we learn, okay? طيب. So we came to know that likes is a finite verb. Swimming is a non-finite verb, is a non-finite form of a verb because it didn't change with all the subjects I used. Okay, let's see. Then, so what are those non-finite verbs that do not change with the change of the subjects and do not give do not show any tenses and do not act as main verbs? These are the ones: gerunds, participles, and infinitives. Gerunds, participles, and infinitives. What are gerunds? What are gerunds? Gerunds are, you know, like the verb plus ing acting as a noun. Again, gerunds are verbs plus ing acting as a noun, like swimming that we have just seen here. Okay, so I have a verb plus ing acting as a noun. Like what? When I say running is enjoyable. So running here is a gerund acting as a noun in the subject place. It's not a verb that changes its ending according to the subject. It itself is acting as a subject. Right. I am fond of reading. I am fond of reading. That's another gerund, but this time it's acting like an object of preposition. It's a noun acting as an object of preposition. So the first type of the non-finite forms of the verbs are the first type is gerunds. And what are gerunds? Verb plus ing acting as a noun. Now, can I ask my future doctors about what I've just said, just to remind them with the information in order not to get lost? We need to make sure and know we understand what we're taking. Yes, Omar Yasser. How are you, Omar Yasser?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Omar, Now, the non-finite verbs, we said there are 3 types. The first type that I've just explained is called what?
Gerunds, teacher.
Amazing, gerunds. Can you remind me with its structure?
Yes, teacher. It's a verb plus ing that acts as a noun in the sentence.
Oh my God, hats off, Dr. Omar Yasser. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So a gerund is a verb plus ing acting as a noun. It can act as a subject. It can act as an object of preposition. It can act as an object. No problem at all. So I came to see that gerunds are non-finite. Okay, what else, yeah, teacher? Participles. What are those participles? Participles have 2 forms, present participles and past participles. What are present participles? The present participle is verb plus ing. Oh my God. Verb plus ing? You've just said, yeah, teacher, and verb plus ing is a gerund. Why are you saying that verb plus ing is present participle now? I'll tell you. Look at the second question. The second example. I couldn't watch the whole movie sleeping on the sofa. Sleeping on the sofa. So sleeping here is a gerund or a present participle. It's a present participle. Why a teacher is present participle? Because there is a tiny difference between the present participle and the gerund. The gerund cannot be removed from the sentence. Cannot, ever. Yani if I try to remove it like that, what is left is enjoyable. Is it a complete meaning? Did you understand anything? Can I say is enjoyable? What is enjoyable? I cannot cross. So if the verb plus ing cannot be removed because the sentence will not make any sense, so this is a gerund. Type, try to eliminate this one, because this one is, like one unit. Sleeping, the present participle will start a participial phrase. So you can eliminate all of the participle, the present participle and its friends. So can I eliminate this and the sentence can still make sense? Can still make sense? I couldn't watch the whole movie. Yes, I can get rid of this and still the sentence makes sense. So this one is present participle, not a gerund. Okay? So this is the first difference between a gerund and the present participle. So let me ask one of the sweet doctors who are attending. Ahmed Mahmoud. Ahmed Mahmoud. Yes, Ahmed Mahmoud.
Teacher, can you hear me?
Hi, dear.
How are you?
Fine, alhamdulillah. Now, I told you a very strange thing, that gerund is verb plus ing. And also present participles are composed of a verb plus ing. What is the difference?
The difference that if we took the gerund of the sentence, the sentence have no meaning. Doesn't make sense.
So
But
it's
if
when we say
take
that this, yeah, it's gerund type. What is the other type?
participle is when we take the participial phrase, the meaning of the sentence will be full.
Yeah, still, يعني it won't be affected.
Yes, it will not be affected.
Amazing. Oh my God. Wow, mashallah. Are the ones who are attending the session today, are they all top scorers, inshallah? Inshallah. Inshallah, you're gonna be acing the SAT. طيب, that's the present participle. How about the past participle? The past participle is the form of the verb in, like, as you can see, past, the third form of the verb. but acting as an adjective. Acting as an adjective. Look here. He lives in a decorated house. Is decorated here a main verb? Let me choose someone. Adam. Adam
No.
al-Badri. Now, Adam, do you think that decorated is a main verb here?
No.
No, where's the main verb?
Lives.
Excellent. Amazing. Lives is the main verb, the main action verb here, but decorated is actually describing the house. So the third form of the verb that describes a noun, that's what a past participle. The verb that has ing and can be eliminated with its, the rest of its phrase, and it won't affect the sentence. This is a present participle, not a gerund. A gerund can't be removed from the sentence. Okay, the last type of the non-finite forms is the infinitives. Infinitives are composed of to plus base form of the verb. To plus base form of the verb. Like, we decided to visit our grandma. We decided to visit our grandma. So these are the three forms of non-finite verbs. So it's time for me to ask you some questions just to make sure that you understood and you can recall all what I've just said. Now, if I write for you here in front of you, if I write visiting, okay? I'm gonna write visiting for you. Now, Sarah Hilmi. Sarah Hilmi.
Yes, miss.
Can you hear me, Sarah?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Can hear you.
طيب, let me choose someone else. عبد الرحمن جمال. عبد الرحمن جمال.
Yeah, yes, miss.
Yes, dear. Visiting, is it finite or non-finite?
I think it's finite.
Finite?
Yes.
Okay,
But
stay with me. Don't mute your mic, please. Okay? I'm gonna go for a young lady so that we can see who's gonna take the point. Okay? Take care because I might be, tricking you. Omneya. Hi, Omneya.
Hi, teacher.
Hi, dear. Now, visiting. Your friend Abdurrahman Gamal is saying that visiting is a finite verb. What do you think?
I think it's a non-finite.
Oh my God, Abdurrahman. Now, your friend Omneya doesn't agree upon what you said. That's a problem. Can you tell her, can you convince her that visiting is a finite verb?
so it shows tense. So
It shows a tense. What do you think, Omneya? Does it show a tense?
No, I think it shows it's present, or it can be a gerund.
It can be a gerund because a gerund has a verb plus ing or a present participle because also present participle is verb plus ing. But take care, Abdurrahman Gamal. Present participle is not a tense. I can remove it aslan. So it's not gonna make a main verb. Right? Right, Abdurrahman Gamal? Abdurrahman Gamal muted his mic. Don't mute your mic, yeah, Abdurrahman.
yeah, okay,
So
okay.
did you know now what your mistake is?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, nice. So the girls, 1 point for the girls. Thank you so much, Abdurrahman and Umniya. That's definitely a non-finite verb. طيب, let me choose someone else. I'm gonna say this one. Okay, I'm gonna write swim. Swim, is it finite or non-finite? Yes, yeah. بسم الله. ملك أيمن. Yes, ملك. Swim, ملك. Do you think swim is finite or non-finite? Malak isn't available. Let's go for Yasmin. Jasmine. Jasmine?
Teacher,
Yes, dear. Do you think that swim is finite or non-finite?
I actually think it's finite.
Do you know why?
Yes, because it doesn't have ing. It cannot be a gerund,
Okay.
even a participle, and it cannot be infinitives because there is no to.
Amazing. And it can make a main verb, and it can show a tense, a present tense, and it can change if I change the subject,
If
right?
you added any subject, it can change.
Amazing. Oh my God, that's perfect. Masha Allah, la quwwata illa billah. Thank you so much, Jasmine. You did a great job, all of you, even the ones who made mistakes. We learned from their mistakes and they learned too. Okay? طيب.
Thank you, teacher.
Anytime, dear. طيب, it's our mission now. خلاص يا teacher, we came to see how to know the finite and non-finite, the difference between finite and non-finite. Now, why are you giving us that? Because it's a type of question in SAT. So how to recognize the questions targeting the finite and non-finite verbs? Okay, listen, you will find that the 4 answer choices have the same verb, but in different finite and non-finite forms, like this one. Visit, visiting, to visit, having visited. So visit is finite, visiting is non-finite, to visit is non-finite, having visited is non-finite. Okay, so I have visit is the only one that is finite. Sometimes we apply the hack of 3 to 1 with this type of question. Means what? When you find 3 non-finite verbs and 1 finite verb only, so non-finite verb is likely to be the right answer. Okay? يعني you can apply this hack 80%, يعني according to a percent of, 80, let's say 80. Sometimes SAT can trick you, but you have to make sure that your answer makes sense. طيب. Check if the sentence has a main subject that needs a main verb, or it needs a non-finite form of a verb that doesn't need a subject or reflect a tense. So you can use the 3 to 1 hack. Like what? We don't understand. Okay, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Look here. Okay. Look at this question, not this one. I'll show you now a question and I will. Look here. I have the same verb with different forms, finite and non-finite forms. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Hafsa? Hafsa?
Yes, teacher.
Hi, dear. Look at the choices. Do you find that the choices have finite forms and non-finite forms?
Yeah. I
Like,
think A
like what?
is
Digest
digest.
is what?
It's a finite.
Wow, excellent. How about will digest?
It's not finite. It's
Are you sure? Does it give you a tense?
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives you a tense. So it's what?
finite.
Yes, excellent. To digest. This is what?
Finite.
Excellent. Non-finite because it's called infinitives, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Wait, just a second. Infinitive. Okay. Infinitive. I'm sorry. طيب digesting. Amazing. Non-finite. That's absolutely amazing. Non-finite, it can be a gerund, right?
Or
Or present participle. Are you on the beach or what? طيب, okay. So here we have two non-finite options and we have two finite options. Oh my God, we will not be able to apply the 3-to-1 hack. We don't have three non-finite, for example, and one finite, or we don't have three finite and one non-finite. No, we want to be able to, but this one will help us. Check if the sentence has a main subject that needs a main verb, or it needs a non-finite form of a verb that doesn't need a subject and or reflect a tense. يعني we're gonna see whether we need a main verb or the main verb is already there, so we can use non-finite forms. Okay? Let's try. I'm gonna read and I'm gonna ask you to try to answer in the chat box. I'm gonna activate the chat box for you to answer. Or you can answer in the WhatsApp group, okay? The sun never sets during the Arctic summer in the far north. In response, reindeer in this region must change their sleep habits. Instead of resting when it gets dark, this is the most important part, that's a subject. Rest, that's a verb. When, that's, like a conjunction, subordinating conjunction. When that's a subject. Need, that's a main verb. Digest or will digest or to digest or digesting their food. Try each option. When they need digest their food, or when they need will digest their food, or when they need to digest their food, or when they need digesting their food. What do you think the best answer is? Now, answer in the Bismillah, in the group, please. The WhatsApp group. Wow, we
Teacher,
have.
can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
In the part of non-finite, the part of he likes swimming in the pool. Okay, I can't understand like how it doesn't show it doesn't show a it doesn't show a tense.
Okay, I'm gonna answer you. Please, thank you so much. Please mute your mic. MashaAllah, most of you answered correctly. MashaAllah, many of you answered correctly. That's amazing. That's amazing. Great job, guys. Okay, I'm opening the messages for the group. Some people are on the group of grade 10, so you can send the answers now. طيب, thank you so much. That's amazing. That's the right answer. طيب, first of all, we apply the process of elimination. We have the subject already, and we have its a main verb. We don't need a main verb. We don't need a finite verb, okay? So that's why we eliminated A and B. Now, I have two non-finite options. So I try them. They need to digest their food or they need digesting their food. طبعا, of course, it's the right answer. They need to. When I say to you, what do you need? I need to study hard. I need to climb the mountain. So this is the right answer, not I need to, I need digesting or I need running. No, I need to run. I need to study. This is the best answer. طيب. That's amazing. MashaAllah, all of you, يعني, you were able to understand and answer correctly. طيب, what were you able to do now? You were able to know the meaning of finite verbs, non-finite verbs. What are the differences of finite and non-finite forms of the verb? What are the non-finite verbs like gerunds, present participle, past participle, and infinitives? And we answered a question correctly. MashaAllah. La quwwata illa billah. Let's go for however. When you see however, يعني, there is something wrong. However, like, uh-oh, what's wrong? If the four answer choices have the same verb but in different tenses, that will be a verb tense question. It's not gonna be a finite and non-finite question, okay? Like when I tell you visit, visited, will visit, have visited. All of them, all of these choices, each one of them gives you a tense. Like this is, let me choose Dana. Let me choose Dana. Okay, Dana Ahmed. Dana Ahmed. Tell me, Dana, which tense is the verb visit? Does this verb convey? Dana Ahmed?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, visit is which tense?
Present.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Amazing. That's visit is like present. Okay, I'm gonna write present. Nice. Nice. That's present. Visited. Visited.
Past.
Past. Amazing. So since the verbs are given you tenses, these verbs are finite or non-finite? Finite, right? They are showing tenses. Type. Let's go for another, like a gentleman. Ahmed. Yes, ya Ahmed. Hi,
Yes,
Ahmed.
teacher.
Hi, dear. Will visit. Which tense do you think?
It's a future tense.
Amazing. Wow. So it's a finite verb? Yes. طيب, have visited. Do you have any idea about have visited?
Her.
Yeah. Have is in the present tense. So present perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, present perfect. When you find the has or have plus PP or past participle, يعني, I mean, that's present perfect. Anyways, all of them are finite verbs and all of them are showing different verbs. In this case, will the question be asking you about finite and non-finite or a verb tense question? It's a verb tense question. Okay, is it clear? So let's go for, thank you so much. Let's go for Mansoor. Mansoor. Hi, Mansoor. Do you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Hi, dear. Now, I'm giving you two types of questions now, finite versus finite or verb tenses. So what is the difference? Look here, visit, visited, will visit, have visited. Here, when we were dealing with finite and non-finite, we found visit, visiting, to visit, having visited. So here, I'm telling you that this type is going to be verb tense. Why I'm saying that? Why it's not finite and non-finite?
What, teacher? Can you repeat the question?
repeat. Okay, حاضر. Now, visit, visited, will visit, have visited. Are they different tenses or not?
Yes.
Amazing. Did you find any non-finite structure, any non-finite form?
No.
No, excellent. So when you don't find any non-finite form, that's not a finite and non-finite question. That's what?
Um.
A verb tense question. Is it clear?
Yes.
Since I have different what?
Different tenses.
Excellent. Excellent يا منصور. Okay. ربنا يجعلك منصور إن شاء الله. So different
آمين.
tenses means that we are dealing with a verb tense question. إنما finite and non-finite, you will find that the choices have finite forms and non-finite forms, okay? And we are very excellent because we learned the non-finite forms, the gerunds, the present participle, the infinitives, and so on. طيب, let's try a question because I know that, mashallah, you are amazing. Okay. You are amazing. Look here. Let me start from the beginning. Now, we have here measures, had measured, would have measured, will have been measuring. So they are all finite verbs. Why, teacher? Because this makes a main verb, main verb, main verb, main verb. I don't find the infinitives, I don't find the gerunds, I don't find participles. So they are finite verbs in different tenses. So it's a verb tense. But how can I deal with such a question? I have to check the the choices, and I have to check the sentence. This one is a little bit tricky. Let's see what I wrote regarding this. So in the verb tense questions, you will find that the same verb, but in different tenses, present, past, the future. So check if you have a keyword for a certain tense. فمثلا, if I have 2001, that's past. If I have next week, that's future. If I have today, that's present. Check the tense of the other verbs in the sentence to be consistent. يعني I have to check the other tenses for the main verbs in the sentence. طيب, the same subject takes the same verb as well. يعني if you have a certain subject repeated in the sentences, the same subject will take the same tense of the verbs. Okay? يعني when I say she plays tennis and she acts in plays. Okay, she plays tennis and she acts. Plays and acts. So the same subject, she, takes the same tense. Okay, I didn't say she plays tennis and acted. No, wrong. Is it clear? Right. Let's go for a question. I will choose, I will choose a little bit, a question that you can handle clearly, then I'll come back to the tricky one. Look here. In 1903, environmentalist John Muir guided President Theodore Roosevelt on a scenic, sprawling trip through California's wherever valley. Upon returning from the 3-day excursion, Roosevelt, excursion means a trip, okay? It's a trip. It's another meaning for trip. Roosevelt, what to conserve the nation's wilderness areas a vow he upheld of his remaining 6 years in office. Now, I have is vowing, vowed, will vow, and vows. All of them are in different tenses. Is vowing is present, progressive. Okay, vowed, that's past. Will vow, that's future. That's future. I'll write it here. That's future. Okay. Vows, that's present simple. Present simple. What do you think the answer is? What are the tips saying? The tips are saying you have to check for the other tense, the other verbs, the tense of other verbs in the sentence to be consistent with the one that you're gonna go for. You have to check for any keyword that refers to a certain tense, and the same subject will take the same verb tense. So back again. So here, what are the main verbs? Who will tell me? Bismillah. We need جويرية. Yes, جويرية.
Yes, teacher.
Yes. So can you tell me what is the main verb here in the first sentence?
Wedded.
Guided, right?
Guided.
Yeah. طيب. That's a main verb. John Muir guided. Okay, nice. And we have here, and this was the keyword or the key element here in 1903. That's past or present or future?
Past.
Past, excellent. طيب, he upheld, that's a main verb. Upheld, that's past or future or present?
Past.
Past as well, excellent. So what do you think the answer is?
B.
Amazing, that's great. Excellent, excellent, Juwairiya. 10 over 10. Excellent. And I can see that many of you sent the answers, mashallah. The one who mentioned A, no, it's not present because present, there is no present tense here. Okay, no present tense, no keywords referring to the present tense. Okay, so please write this note. Let's take another question. Who will tell me this question? Yalla, I'm not gonna say anything. You check the question and tell me what is the answer. Yalla, this is a little bit tricky, so I'm gonna be waiting for you to answer. Okay. I can see that some of you went for A. طيب, let me see the other group. Many of you went for A, the other one. Oh my God, like all of you, are you يعني imitating each other or you understand that A is the right answer? Let's see what you, let me pick one of the volunteers. Kinsey, can you please unmute your mic? Kinsey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, dear. Can you raise your voice a little bit?
Better now?
Yeah, يعني kinda. Listen, which answer you went for?
A. Enter.
Enter. طيب, is that a finite verb or non-finite verb?
Finite.
Finite. Finite means it needs a subject, it acts like a main verb, it shows a tense. So let's read. Can you read, please?
To survive in water is
Pairs.
Pairs, embryos inside African turquoise killifish eggs enter a dormant state known as diapause. In this state, embryonic development is paused for as long as 2 years, longer than the lifespan of an adult killifish.
Okay, great job. Look at that. Hey, here, embryos, that's a subject. Inside African turquoise killifish eggs, all of these words are not given a verb, a main verb for embryos. That's why we need a main verb that can give a present tense, because this is present. So to enter, I cannot say embryos inside Africa to enter. No, I cannot say he to enter, they to enter. No. So we don't need non-finite, we need finite. That's why we applied 3 to 1. You see, 3 to 1 worked now, right? So 3 to 1, because here we have finite, 1 finite, and 3 non-finite. To enter is non-finite. Having entered non-finite, entering is non-finite. That's amazing, absolutely amazing. Wow, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you, Allah. Type. What is the last thing we're gonna learn today about, like related to the finite and non-finite, related to the verb forms, related to the, verb tenses and so on? What is the last thing you need your teacher to tell us about? Such questions also can be a subject-verb agreement. When you find the verb, the same verb, but this time it's going to have singular or plural, not finite or non-finite, not having different tenses only, but it has to do with singular and plural. When you find the singular and plural, that's subject-verb agreement. Okay? When you find singular and plural, that's subject-verb agreement. Okay? So let's go for that. The choices will be like that. Visits, that's singular. Visit, plural. Are visiting, plural. Were visiting, that's plural. Even if you find the present and past, but the main thing is singular and plural. So in this type of question, we always use 3 to 1 hack. It always works with subject-verb agreement. It always works. Like what? Look at that. Look here. Occurs, that's singular. Have, that's plural. Occur, that's plural. Are, that's plural. So I have all these 3 options are plural, and the only one here is singular. So let's try. Is it singular? The radiation that occurs, right? Because that refers to the word before it, and radiation is singular. So the verb should be singular. So 3 to 1 works. Is it clear? 3 to 1. Let's try another question. Let's try, and I'm gonna send you this sheet for you to answer as a homework, but let me show you. Yes, this one. Please, I'm waiting for your answers. Is that 1, subject-verb agreement, verb tense, or finite versus non-finite? That's my first question. What's the type? What's the type? What's the type of that question? Is it subject-verb agreement, verb tense, finite or non-finite? Excellent, subject-verb agreement. Why? Because, yalla, let me choose someone to help me. to help me why you're saying, guys, that it's subject-verb agreement? Aisha?
Yes, miss.
Yes, dear. Why
Yes.
your friends are saying it's subject-verb agreement?
Because it's one scientist, so we're choosing the single verb.
Okay, and the choices here. The first one is,
Plural.
the second,
Singular.
third,
Plural.
and fourth.
Plural.
So is it 3-1 now?
Yes.
So that's always working with subject-verb agreement? Yes, it's always working. And let's make sure. So this one is scientist, this Farouk Elbaz. He is a single person that needs a single verb, right? Thank you so much. Now I'm gonna show you a question, and I don't want you to answer it. I just want you to write for me its type first. Okay, its type first. I want you to write whether it's, okay, I'm gonna copy it here. Okay, copy. I'm gonna, I want you to tell me whether it's finite or non-finite. Number one, finite or non-finite. Number two, is it verb tense? Number three, is it subject verb agreement? If you answer this correctly, like the first part of my question correctly, I'll be so proud. Wow, mashallah. Yes, excellent. Most of you actually said it's a verb tense, mashallah, because you have seen that's past perfect, that's past perfect progressive, that's future, that's present perfect. So different tenses. Amazing. So I'm gonna choose verb tense. Okay, the second part of my question is, which answer is gonna be the right one? Read it silently and answer in the group. I can see many of you chose the same answer. Okay, Bismillah. Great job. Okay, طيب. Yeah, I will explain it, definitely. Most of you went for C, as I can see. Most of you went for C. I'm gonna, choose someone to help me. Basil Khurshid. Basil Khurshid. I'm gonna unmute your mic, yeah, Basil, because you are telling me to explain it, okay? This means that you couldn't understand it, Basil, right?
Yes.
Okay, dear. Which answer you yourself thought about?
A.
You went for A. طيب, okay, stay with me, please, and don't mute your mic. Okay, yeah, Basil?
Okay.
تمام. We're gonna obsidian is a kind of a volcanic glass formed when lava cools so quickly that the atoms inside it cannot arrange themselves in a crystalline structure. So no matter, how many strange words you can come across in any text, these weird names or weird terms can be defined in the text, so you don't have to get bothered. So obsidian is a kind of volcanic glass, okay, formed when lava cools so quickly. So since you guys told me that it's a verb tense question, so I need to focus on the main verbs. The main verbs is, this is a definition, and we usually use the present tense to state facts. So I'm stating a fact about this glass. طيب, that the atoms inside it cannot arrange, that's present as well, themselves in a crystalline structure. Nice. You, that's a different subject. Still,
Yes.
that's a different subject. I'm talking to you now. More about obsidian structure, which is classified as amorphous in a later chapter. So I'm searching now for present, or I'm not searching for past. Do you agree?
Yes.
Both of them are in the past. So did you know why your answer is incorrect?
Yes.
So the first two, that's past, had and had, that's definitely past. I'm not talking about past at all. I'm talking about present in the first place. And here the word later can tell me something about, something that will happen later on. So this can refer to the future. So I'm stuck between C and D. Here, have learned, okay? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, I'm sorry guys, can you hear me? Okay, Karim, can you hear me? Basil, can you hear me? Okay. I'm so sorry guys, I'm sorry. We're back, don't worry. Can you hear me, Karim? Wait just a second.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. A technical problem. Now I was saying that we are stuck between C and D. We'll learn that's future. Okay, that's future. Okay, future. And have learned that's a present perfect. So it's not present simple, it's a present perfect. What does it mean, present perfect? Yani it started in the past and continued to the present time. Here I don't have anything related to the past. So later we'll go with the future. So that's why we preferred the future because of the word later. Didn't I say that we need to make sure we have keywords, a certain keyword that can refer to a certain tense? That's why C is the best answer. We'll learn because of later. So Basil, are you convinced now? Basil? Yes, dear. Are you convinced now?
Yes, I understood.
Yes. So did you understand?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great
Thank you.
job, great job, great job. Type one more question, and this time we're gonna check the fastest. So who's gonna say the fastest answer on the group? Is it subject verb agreement, verb tense, finite and non-finite? Okay, you said that, yeah, you mentioned the answer immediately. Okay. Okay, the first one who answered correctly, let me check. Let me check, yes, Bismillah. Lojine, the first one on group 8 and 9. And we have here on group, the math group, I guess the first one who answered it correctly, Basil Khorshid, if I'm not mistaken. And grade 10 group, I don't know if you guys can send the messages on grade 10 group. I'm not sure. Let me see, group permission. Oh, I'm so sorry. It was locked. It was locked. That's why. Thank you so much for letting me know. So Malak, I can see that Malak and Ruru. If Fairuz is the first one to write the answer, Fairuz got it right. So it's, let me go for Yusuf. Yes, yeah, Yusuf. Tell me which type of question this is. Yusuf.
Me, miss?
Yes, dear. Which type of question this is? Is it verb tense, subject-verb agreement, or finite and non-finite?
I think it's finite or non-finite.
Are you sure? Where is
Yeah.
the non-finite? The non-finite means I must have gerund alone, يعني verb plus ing alone without any helping verb,
Okay.
or infinitive 2 plus verb, or present or past participle also alone without any helping verbs. So we don't have non-finite, all of them finite because they make main verbs, right? So it's not finite and non-finite. What else you think of?
After non-finite, it's verb tense. After non-finite and non-finite.
Okay, you can see that there is present and there is past, no problem. But mainly, did you check for singular and plural?
The both B and C is plural. Are and where?
Okay, so this is plural, right? Is there anything else that is plural?
No.
Sweep is plural or singular?
No plural.
Plural, so I say they sweep, right? But he sweeps, right? Or it sweeps. So sweeps is?
Singular.
Singular, right. So what is likely to be the right answer now?
D.
Yes, because it's 3-1, right?
Yeah.
So guys, please, when you see singular and plural, when you see the same verb but with different forms, try subject-verb agreement first. If there is plural and singular, that's a subject-verb agreement. This is the easiest thing. Think of subject-verb agreement first, no matter what, okay? So if you find the plural, singular, that's singular. Singular is the best answer. If you find singular, plural is gonna be the best answer. So since here the subject is singular, so the right answer is singular. Got it? The last question for this session, the last one. The last one. Tell me both pieces of information. This is a subject-verb agreement or verb tense or finite and non-finite. And what is the answer? So your answer must have both pieces of information. Let me check. I told you, think of singular and plural first. Singular and plural first. That's the first option you have to think of. If it didn't work, think of the verb tense and finite and non-finite. طبعا here we don't have finite and non-finite. All of them. It's either subject-verb agreement or verb tense. طب, do you have singular and plural? If yes, then this is subject-verb agreement. Okay, ya Gihad? So, Gihad, it's Lamia, Gihad, Hannah, Noor. Yes, you might have different tenses, but do you have singular and plural? If yes, so forget about verb tense. It's gonna be subject-verb agreement. Ahmed, can you please raise your hand, ya Ahmed? Why you and Fairuz are saying it's are saying it's A. A is singular, is singular, has is singular, where is plural. Okay, why you guys are saying that it's A? Look here. Objects. Objects. What is the verb for objects? Look here. Ranging is not a main verb. From, cross all the things that are not giving you a main verb. Okay? So ranging, I cannot say objects ranging, it's a main verb. Ranging is a main verb. No. Objects where. Okay? So let me wrap up what I said. Okay? If you find, yalla, write this, please. That's the summary of our session now. If you find the same verb in the choices, okay, but in different forms, okay, think or check the number, whether it's singular or plural. If you find plural, okay, if you find this singular and plural, that's a subject verb agreement question. Okay, type. That's a subject. So if yes, so that's a subject verb agreement question. A subject verb agreement question. Type. If you find no reference to singular versus plural, check for different tenses. Okay? Right. If you find finite and non-finite forms, check for the main verbs and subjects, okay? And, okay, check whether the sentence needs a main verb for the main subject or just a non-finite form, okay? So the first thing you need to think of, the easiest one, which is singular and plural, subject verb agreement. SVA, that's subject verb agreement, okay? SVA, that's subject verb agreement. And how to know? Through the what? Through the, plural and singular forms. But if you find no reference to singular and plural, check for different tenses. And you will check for what? You will check the main verbs and the keywords for different tenses. Type. If you find the finite and non-finite forms in the choices, check for the main verbs and subjects. If you find that all the main subjects have their own main verbs, خلاص, you will go for non-finite forms since you don't need any main verbs that show tenses. Okay, طيب, I'm gonna send you this sheet. طبعا you will find the many unanswered questions. Okay, you have to answer all these questions, and I'm gonna send you the model answer. I'm gonna check with you the answers in the coming session, inshallah. For So in order to make sure that you understood what you've taken today, you need to review what I said. And no, we were working today on domain 4. Domain 4 has form and structure and sense, and boundaries. Boundaries are related to punctuation. We didn't talk about punctuation, but form, structure, and sense are related to the plural and possessives, pronouns, subject, modifier, placement, verb forms. And we focused on verb forms, the finite and non-finite, the subject-verb agreement, the verb tenses. We knew the difference between finite and non-finite, the different forms of non-finite, and how to identify finite and non-finite questions, subject-verb agreement questions when you find singular and plural, and verb tenses questions when you find different tenses. Hopefully you guys were able to understand at least 50% of what I said, because this is gonna be a good sign for you to complete, because once you get trained to answer the sheet, and whether you're gonna make mistakes or not, you're gonna definitely learn from your mistakes. And if you get all the answers correctly, this means that you خلاص are perfect enough to proceed for a new topic. Okay, so these were our, the most important points for today. If you have any questions, you can just ask me. And for those people who kept texting me privately, a teacher, when will we start the course, the paid one? Inshallah, we're gonna start the paid one at the beginning of August, but you can register from now with Miss Fadwa. Miss Fadwa is my assistant. You can register your name, inshallah. I would recommend you to do that from now, and especially after the 4th session, because we usually organize small groups. We don't, especially with basics, we don't make or form or create very large groups in order to be able to follow you independently, because basics are so important. If you master the basics, I can guarantee that you won't be facing many problems when you start studying for the trials. But weak basics, this is torture. Try to care a lot about the basics and how to understand and practice and understand your mistakes. It's totally fine to make mistakes. Totally, extremely fine. But the point is that you need to make use of your mistakes to learn how to overcome them. Okay, so I'll be waiting for you next week, inshallah, to attend our last session, the 4th session, and you can contact Miss Fadwa to start registering your name from now and after the 4th session, inshallah. We're gonna start a course in the beginning of August, and in the beginning of September, and in the beginning of October, the beginning of November. So every month we're gonna start a new course, but don't worry. You don't have to panic. Everything is gonna be dealt with in an easy way. I will make sure that you understand every single letter, not even, because when we deal with basics, it's so different from when we deal with the advanced courses. We want to make sure that you understand everything. Thank you so much for attending, and see you next week, inshallah. Before leaving, ask me about whatever you want. I'm gonna stop the recording, okay?